3 days after the 20-year anniversary of the Notorious B.I.G's death, the New York Knicks and Brooklyn Nets faced off in Brooklyn on March 12, 2017, on a night that was called Biggie Night. Hip-hop is the soundtrack of the lives for many ball players. Former league MVP Derrick Rose was running the point for the Knickerbockers that night and was as excited as anyone to be there.
I'm happy. It's always an honor to be a part of these big games like this, and it's a great day. We're celebrating someone that gave his whole life to his craft, that changed the game, and everybody had to love his flow. So it's always an honor, and to be this the first one, right? Is this the first one? Yeah, man, come on, man. To be a part of it, I just want to go out here and play hard for him.
Is there maybe one song of his that sticks out in your head that you're really a fan of?
Man, it's a lot of them. I got Juicy, 10 Crack Commandments. I would say them two for sure are one of my two top Biggie songs.
How much do you think hip-hop influences the NBA?
I think it influences it a lot. I think it's vice versa, where a lot of NBA guys or hoopers want to be rappers just because I think the attention that the opposite get and the crowd that it draws. It's kind of the same adrenaline rush you get from both sides, that it makes you want to be in the other guy's shoes, but at the same time, both of us are blessed to be in the position that we're in.
Chasen Randall was a first-year guard out of Stanford University for the Knicks in 2017. He is also from the same place as Derrick Rose, Chicago, Illinois, and grew up a fan of Rose. Chasen was proud to be a part of the evening.
My favorite song is Sky's the Limit by Biggie, man. I used to listen to that song before every game, a year back, and yeah, that's my favorite song.
How much of an influence do you think hip-hop has on the NBA?
Huge impact. You see guys with the headphones on before games, I feel like some people say, rappers want to be like ball players and ball players want to be like rappers in some aspects of their lives, so hip-hop has definitely had an influence.
13-year NBA veteran Randy Foye was a member of the Brooklyn Nets that night and is from nearby Newark, New Jersey. Foye soaked up every minute.
It was crazy. Biggie, that's when I first really started listening to hip-hop, right around when Biggie came out with Juicy, some of the early mixtapes, and just to see, I think I saw DJ Envy, I think I saw, Diddy, I saw Lil' Kim, Invisible Bully. I saw all of those guys, man. That was cool, man, that they came out. And I know it's Biggie Night, but we felt as though they came out here to support us, too.
What was it about him that drew you to him?
Just his style, to be, a big guy, just the swag he had, the way he approached his persona, the way he, approached his delivery. I just say his delivery. Then when I found out that he didn't write, that just made me gravitate to him even more as a hip-hop fan.
Brooklyn Nets power forward Trevor Booker was cooling.
I thought it was, pretty cool to pay tribute to, one of the best rappers ever. He's definitely my favorite rapper of all time. So, just to participate in that night, it's something special that I'll always remember.
What is it about Biggie that makes him your favorite?
Just his lyrics, if you just listen to his lyrics, you just always, feeling that environment to it. He just spoke about some real stuff.
Sasha Vujacic is from Slovenia and won 2 NBA championships with the Lakers. On Biggie Night, he was a member of the New York Knicks.
It's great. It's an honor. I think that, we all know that's one of the greatest that changed a lot of things back in the day. And to do something like that combined with sports and everything just tells you how amazing and great he was. So I think it's an honor for all of us to be a part of it, and congrats to Nets for acknowledging and doing something like that.
You said that you were a big fan of his. Do you remember when you first heard him, and what was it about him that attracted you to his music?
Well, it goes way back. I'm a big fan of real things, and he was one of the realest. So, it's good too. When you're growing up, you got to look at certain things, certain ways, and here was East Coast, West Coast thing. So I like both, to be honest. I just, like I said, you got to recognize real, and props to it.
If there may be a song of his that sticks out to you that you really enjoy?
I think every song speaks for itself. It's life itself, and the way the things were, and through someone's life journey, it's interesting to see. You can't find one particular that is going to speak more than the others, but people are recognizing more problems, more money, more problems. So that's one of those that are funny, how real it is.
How much do you enjoy listening to it?
I love music, to be honest. I love originality. I love when something's original and pure. If that's hip hop, rap, classical, rock, whatever it is, I just love when it's original. And he was original, and he was one of few that were original, and I respect and love that.
In your country, how big is hip hop?
It's big overseas. It's everybody looks up to it. And everybody's trying to be like someone from the past, especially at home. It was big in English, and now I think every country in Europe is developing their own artists. So it's not the same, but people are looking up to it, and it's interesting to see that they have role models.
How much of an influence do you think hip hop has on the NBA?
A lot. I think it's important. Everybody enjoys it. It's positive vibes. Like music itself, it cannot go without it.
Up in the Central, go to room 112, tell them Blanco sent you. Feel the strangers, if no money exchanges. I got these kids in ranges to leave them brainless. All they told is stainless, you just remain as calm as possible. Make the deal go through. If not, here's 12 shots, we know how you do. Please make your killings clean. Slugs up in between, they eyes like true lies. Kill them and flee the scene. Just bring back the coke or the cream, or else your life is on the shelf. We mean this, Frank. The cats we fucking with put bombs in your mom's gas tank. Let's get this money, baby. They shady, we get shady. Dress up like ladies and burn them in dirty 380s. Then they come to kill our babies. That's all out. I got gats that blow the wall out. Clear them all out. The fallout. Word to stretch, I bet they the 7 digits push me. Real, here's the deal. I got 100 bricks, 14.5 a piece. Enough to cop 6, buy the house on the beach. Supply the peeps with jeeps, brick a piece, capiche? Everybody getting cream, no one considered the leech. Think about it now, that's damn near 1.5. I kill them all, I'll be set for life. Frank, pay attention, these motherfuckers is henchmen. Renegades, if you die, they still get paid. Extra probably, the robbery, I'm the boss. Promise you won't rob them, I promise. But of course, I have my fingers crossed. Niggas bleed just like us. Picture me being scared of a nigga that breathes the same air as me. Niggas bleed just like us. New York Knicks. Against the Utah Jazz. Arm, legs. Arm, legs.
I asked Randy Foye if 20 years later he felt Biggie's memory was being held up properly throughout the hip-hop community.
Yeah, man, it's like you said, it's been 20 years, but at the end of the day, Biggie's still here, for most of us. You got this young guy right here, Zay, he from Brooklyn. But, Biggie's still here, man. And, his music lives on, through us, and we pass it on to the younger guys, and we want the younger guys to pass it on to, the guys that's younger than them.
The best part of the evening in Brooklyn was the fact that Biggie's family was on hand, including his mother, who was at her first ever professional basketball game that night. Big's 2 kids, Tiana and CJ, were also in the building. CJ was floored by the moment.
It was really great. I thought it was beautiful to open in the halftime show. My grandmother got to say her few words. It was great. Her first basketball game. I know she enjoyed her time, so Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. The banner up there, it was really overwhelming. I didn't expect all these people to even come here. And they won, so it's a great night. Beautiful thing.
Do you know how the whole thing came about? Do you know?
I actually don't, but I know she was talking to me a couple months back about them honoring our dad during the game, but I didn't think it was going to be like this, with the banner and halftime come out on the court. I thought it was going to be, it's a little something simple, Biggie Night, like Drake Night, Toronto, I thought it was something like that, but, it was great. I felt the love for real. It was beautiful. All the shirts, everybody coming with their Biggie merch on, rocking Notorious, my sister's clothing line, so yeah, it was great.
20 years later, are you happy with the way your father's legacy is being carried on?
Definitely. After 20 years, to see the impact so crazy and, all these rappers trying to get into the place where he was 20 years later, and it's crazy, I look up to it, and I just want to be able to achieve that type of success one day,
Trevor Booker was delighted to see Miss Valletta Wallace in attendance.
Yeah, it was great. I know she said it was her first NBA game, I think. Hopefully, she'll come back for other games. It'll always be a seat open for her.
And Booker's favorite Biggie song?
Probably One More Chance remix. That's probably my favorite of all time.
Biggie, give me one more chance. Biggie, give me one more chance.
Quick trivia. Do you know who the all-time leading scorer is in Nets franchise history? That would be big man Brook Lopez.
It was great to hear her say that, it was her first game. I think, we put on a good show for her. It was a great first game for her to see. Like I said, the energy was electric. It always is when we play the Knicks. And, obviously, Biggie is such a huge part of, hip-hop, and Brooklyn culture in general, that it was great to see our team and organization, give him his due, honor him, and bring his family, and to be a part of it. It was something I'm definitely proud and honored to be a part of.
Is there one song of his that might stand out to you that you're a fan of?
Sarah asked me that earlier, and I was trying to think the name. I knew the melody. I would give you some of the bars, but I'd rather not do that. But, it's the, do you remember it, Sarah? The One More Chance remix, that's right. One More Chance remix. There it is, yep. Thank you.
When it comes to rappers and the NBA, Randy Foye says, real recognizes real.
Yeah, and I think that we have an influence on them. They have a huge influence, especially like guys like Jay-Z from Brooklyn, Fab, Brooklyn, Biggie, Brooklyn, Young M.A., Brooklyn, Uncle Murder, Brooklyn, just all those guys, Mano, Brooklyn, just all those guys have a huge influence on what we do.
Jeremy Lin made big headlines for the Knicks once upon a time. On Biggie Night, he was a Brooklyn Net.
I think it was, I'm not going to pretend like I know every song or I'm really huge on, I don't know that much, but I know enough to know that he's really important to Brooklyn. He's really important to hip-hop culture. I've heard a lot of his songs, even though I don't know all the names and the words, but and I think doing something, bringing the community together and honoring someone, the influence that he's had, I thought it was a really cool idea. I thought it was fun. I thought it brought variety, and hopefully his family felt really appreciated by the organization, by the community.
And finally, folks, whenever the Knicks and Brooklyn Nets get together in Brooklyn, it's always a lively affair, as the home court advantage for the Nets is usually nullified because Knicks fans always find their way into the building and it makes their presence felt big time. Jeremy Lin understands the presence of the Knicks fan, all right. He rode a wave of Linsanity in 2012. 5 years later, he spoke of the Knicks-Nets rivalry on the other side in Brooklyn.
It's fun, it's fun, and I think it gets both teams a little bit more hyped up and stuff. And obviously, this is our home floor, so part of me is I would love to hear, the cheers or whatever, but I totally understand too, it's New York. We're in the middle of New York, and so a lot of their fans are going to come over, and I think for us it's actually a fun, it's just a fun environment to be a part of. You can hear it going back and forth, and you can hear the fans, and I thought in the fourth quarter, like the whole arena really came to life.
This is Samori Benjamin, and that's it for sports.